Hey, what's up players? Calypso from Summoner's War here, and today we are going to go through the monster list of natural 4 stars and pick out the most elite arena monsters. Before we do that, I want to give a shout out today, and it's a birthday shout out to Avery, whose birthday is on Memorial Day. But if you see her actually not lurking in Channel 1, be sure to tell her happy birthday on Monday. Today, we're going to go through the monster list of the 3 main elements, fire, water, and wind. And we are going to pick out the top tier, like cream of the crop, arena monsters. And you might disagree with me on here, but I'm taking into account the metagame that is in the arena today and a lot of other factors in picking these out. So this is going to be a very selective list. I'm just going to go through this as though I'm just picking, so it's not going to be like I'm not aiming for the top 10 or top 12, just the cream of the crop, like the really top tier arena monsters. So let's start with the fire ones. And in the fire ones, we don't really see anything good until Fire Vampire. And Fire Vampire is top notch. I mean, he's amazing. You give him 100% crit rate, and you can give him, I prefer HP percent runes on him because he's kind of squishy, and he plays more of a support role than an attack role, even though he's an attack monster. But pretty much once he awakens into Vertihile, his passive is just knuckin' futs, like right here, Boiling Blood passive. Your critical hits increase the attack bars. Like this passive skill makes this monster. It makes your entire team faster. Your whole team ends up being like super fast, and you just destroyed the enemy team. Next we have Chloe, Fire Epikeon Priest. She's another top tier arena support monster. You build her with like 200 speed, 240 speed, as much speed as you can put on her, and then her shield goes off like every other turn. You can also build her with violent speed for slot 2, and she moves like 3 times per turn, 5 times per turn, 6 times per turn if you're lucky, and then your monsters always have a shield up. Next we have Fire Rack or Hua, and she's just great. Like when she becomes Hua, her passive also makes her. And I just got her recently, and I was really excited because she's my first top tier Firemon. Really good passive. Decreases enemies' attack bar 20%, 25%, and strikes again with a 20% chance. You put violent runes on her, and she won't stop moving. You can put swift runes on her too, and she's going to be really fast. I've fought Dark Ifrits with my Swift Hua, and I would just destroy him. Like just destroy him. He didn't even get a chance to move because Dark Ifrit is kind of slow anyways. And then we have, you know, Arnold is good. I don't know if I would consider him top tier though. If you build yours with really high HP, he can be kind of a worry, but I don't really consider him top tier. And you might disagree with me on this, but I really don't. He's still really good. He's on the edge. He's on the borderline, but he's definitely not top tier. That's about it for Firemons though. Moving on to the Watermons, we've got, there aren't that many great Watermons actually, except Tyrone. Tyrone is really good. He's top tier for sure. He's got the Speed Leader skill, he's got an AoE freeze, he's got another AoE, you put Despair runes on him, and he's going to stun like a mofo. Like, I'm not even playing. Like, he's going to stun the living daylights out of your enemies. He's going to become a stunner. And, you know, to be honest, yeah, none of the others are top tier. The rest are pretty much borderline. Lure is borderline. Soha is borderline. And keep in mind, this is for the arena, so I'm not talking about PvE here. But yeah, not that many great top tier Watermons. Moving on to Wind. Wind seems to have a lot of top tier Windmons. Lucian. Oh, Lucian. He had to be in this list, didn't he? Lucian, top tier. Amputation magic. That skill is just ridiculous. Ignore defense. And it's AoE. Man, Lucian had to be on this list. He's definitely top tier. Lucian's up here. Akasis actually is up here. Win Sylphid, she's great support. And you might argue that, you know, later on she doesn't get that great, but I've seen, with the right runes, I've seen amazing Win Sylphids. You put good speed on her, you can put Despair on her, you can put Violent on her. She has a lot of flexibility with the runes that she has, and that's part of what makes her really good, is her flexibility in the roles that she can play. She has a high attack. You can make her an attacker and throw people off, because normally people don't attack support mons. Well, you can make her an attack monster with Despair runes, and she'll be wrecking the opponent's team. So you can play mind games with her, and that's what makes her really good. That's the only reason. I should say that's the biggest reason, not the only reason, but that's the biggest reason that I'm putting her in top tier. Wind Ninja, Orochi, he's definitely top tier, mostly because not only does he have a lot of utility against really tanky monsters like Ariel, for example. His continuous damage will get through really tanky monsters like Ariel, but he also has a speed leader skill. So if you're fighting against a pure water team, which I don't know why people would put that on their defense, but a lot of people do, or like 2 waters and a light and a dark monster, you bring this sucker in with his leader skill, and Bernard and Shannon and Cheatsun. That's my standard wind team, by the way, for the arena. And he wrecks. He does some work. He would wreck the arena team. So we've got Orochi, and then we have Julian. Julian is really good. Put Despair on him, Fatal Blade on him, you can put Rage Blade on him. He's got a lot of flexibility, and he's got one of the highest base attacks in the game. The only problem is he's squishy. But his skills just do a ton of damage, and he's got some crowd control ability too. So Julian is up here in terms of top tier arena monsters. Let's see who else we got. We've got Briand. Briand, you know, I would say Briand is actually underrated. He might be borderline, he might be, but I don't think so. I think he's top tier. Some of you might disagree with me on this, but I think he's top tier, mostly because at the really high end, like high conqueror levels, you want a reviver on your team, and Briand is a tanky reviver, and you can put Despair runes on him too if you want, and because he's got an AOE skill, and he's got a heal block. The only downside is his revive has a really long cooldown, but he's really good. I would say he's top tier because there aren't that many wind support mons, especially wind revivers. There just aren't that many of them. At least not any good ones. So let's see, who else? We've got cheatsun. We've got cheatsun. We can't round out the top tier list without including cheatsun, and she is probably the best natural 4-star wind support monster. No contest. Even including all the 5 stars. Let's see all the 5 stars. Okay, maybe not including all the 5 stars because we've got a lot really her. But she's just amazing. She's got her AOE heal that's also an attack boost, and then she's got her second heal that takes the highest, not just HP, but also attack bar between herself and another monster, and makes both of those monsters that same level, the highest level. So if another monster has a lower HP, but she has a higher HP, but then that monster has a higher attack bar, she'll get to go almost twice in a row. Like, it's nuts. It's nuck and futz. She's amazing. And that's why so many people call her cheatsun. And that about covers the list of the really top tier arena monsters in the game. Only the 4-star one. Pretty much all 5 stars are good. So if you got one, chances are it's a top tier arena monster. I'm sure there are other lists out there that go through the 3 stars, but hope you enjoyed. Hope this was informative. That's about it for today.